Hey guys, I'm Matt the Plant, and today I'm going to be telling you about how I grow with photosynthesis. First, I need 6 molecules of CO2 in my stomata. Next, I need 12 molecules of H2O for my roots. That, with a little bit of sunshine and some energy, helps me grow. And then I make 1 molecule of glucose, 6 molecules of oxygen, you're welcome, and 6 molecules of H2O. And that's how I grow. And it rhymes, so you know it's legit. I'm Matt the Plant, signing off.
This is Hydrangea arborescens incredibile, or Heidi for short. She is here to show us how plants make their food. Hello kids, my name is Heidi, and I'm here to talk about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is how I get my food. Unlike humans and animals, plants can't get their food the same way you can. Instead, we need to use a process called photosynthesis. It's important for plants to do photosynthesis so that they can grow big and strong, kind of like how your mom says you need to eat your veggies so you can get big. This is my friend Tom the tree. Tom has been making food a lot recently. For photosynthesis to happen, plants need 3 things: sun, water, and CO2. Think of these as our ingredients, and with them, we will create a recipe of yummy molecules. When photosynthesis happens, my plant friends and I use these items in a 2-step process to make our food. The first step is known as light-dependent reactions. This is a fancy way of saying it needs sunlight to work. But we can't make our food without having a little help. That is where these little guys, known as chloroplasts, come in. Found in our leaves, chloroplasts is where all the magic happens. I guess you could say they are the chefs of photosynthesis. The chloroplasts have thylakoids inside them. These look like frisbees stacked. And in the thylakoid membrane is chlorophyll, a pigment that colors plants green. And sunlight really loves chlorophyll. These 2 parts act like the chloroplast's tools, and the chloroplasts use them to take sunlight and water and make these fancy molecules known as ATP and NADPH. These guys give us plants the ability to carry energy and are important later. But something else really important is also happening during this stage. Oxygen is also being made as plants break down water. Plants don't need oxygen the way people do, so we end up giving it to the earth. My friends say it is very important that you humans get oxygen, and plants love to share. But plants aren't done yet. Light-dependent reactions are only the first step. The next step is known as the Calvin cycle. No, not Alvin, Calvin. Plants' Calvin cycle is different because it doesn't need sunlight to happen. Instead, it can occur at night when everybody is asleep and has 3 steps. During the first step of the Calvin cycle, known as fixation, our ingredient CO2 is broken down in the stroma of the chloroplasts. The stroma is a squishy layer that surrounds our thylakoids and chlorophyll. Along with other molecules, like RUBP, this broken CO2 makes the molecule known as 3-PGA. In the second step, known as reduction, the chef chloroplasts then use the energy from ATP and NADPH from earlier and the broken down CO2 to make a chemical known as G3P, or glucose, which is another word for sugar. Plants like sugar as much as you do. Finally, in the last step of the Calvin cycle, known as regeneration, RUBP molecules from the first step are brought back to life with the help of some leftover energy from ATP. This happens so that more CO2 can be broken down and more sugar can be made in the future. In the end, photosynthesis has two parts: light-dependent reactions and Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle has 3 steps: fixation, reduction, and regeneration. And the point of it all is to make food and store sugar. This is good for the plant, as they can use that sugar later, and it's good for humans and animals as well, because they can get this sugar and energy if they eat the plants. I hope you liked our presentation of how plants make their food to grow, and always remember, it's important to help the plants so they can help you too. Uh-oh, gotta run!